Good morning, everyone. So we are starting today, right dot at 9:30. And what a wonderful day again to start with all the Maritime Training Institutes, principals, marine faculties. I thank you from bottom of my heart for the overwhelming response to this program yesterday. I almost took around 1 hour to reply to each and every message of appreciation yesterday. There were so many messages appreciating this program, and I once again thank you for that. As you know, when we are appreciated, it propels us to do more good work. And believe me, it has propelled us to do more and more. Someone wrote on WhatsApp message yesterday saying that Captain Apankar, ye dil mange more. And to quench your thirst, we are promising you to come up with another wonderful program very shortly. We will be trying to bridge the gap between the trainer and the trainee from a very, very different perspective, a totally new concept. I also thank DDG Training, Shri Ashish Wankade, for joining the program again. And will you believe, sir was here at 8:45. He had joined the course at 8:45. Thank you very much, sir, for joining. Hitesh, I also want to tell you that the marine industry is your fan now. So faculties, please give a big round of applause for Mr. Hitesh also. On this note, let's start today's session, which is going to be more fun, more knowledge. Over to you, Hitesh.
Sure. So first of all, thank you so much. And I hope that you had a lot of fun yesterday. So today, I'm going to start off with telling you something which is going to be very, very interesting for all of you. And which is going to help you to understand that how do we engage participants. Now, engagement is a very critical aspect. Like, I got a lot of mails yesterday asking me that, what is the ideal number of classroom? What is the ideal number of students? How much students can I handle? Can I really see a lot of students or not? And there are a lot of such questions which were there yesterday. But let me tell you, it is not about the number of students you handle. It is about the way you handle the students on the online class. But yes, there's some guidelines which has to be followed. Which is why I would recommend that all of you should not be having more than 30 to 40 students in one batch. That will become easier for you, at least when you're starting off. When you become a bit more experienced faculty after a lot of practicing, I would recommend that what you can simply do is, like the way I do, you take all the question answers towards the end, and you start talking to people and you ask them a lot of close-ended questions. You can say them, say yes, say why, say hi, all of that stuff. So I'm going to show you, what is the tips and techniques which I use to manage huge crowds. Right. So in the past, by the way, I don't know how many of you know this or not, we've managed a crowd of almost 35,000 people live. So we've really managed a lot of large numbers. And, before this, the version 1 of the FDP, which was there, we managed 11,000 teachers attending it live on our channel. Right. So it's not that difficult. With some practice, you will be able to also manage such large numbers. It is basically almost, it's about you being confident enough that you can do it. But the first battle is not about the people. The first battle is about your brain. I still remember that day, when, if you really ask me, we're not doing something very extraordinary in life. In the sense that when we did the national level FDP program, we got a call from a teacher saying that should we close the registrations? We got 1,000 registrations, and I'm not sure if Zoom can handle so much. Do you think we'll be able to manage large numbers? Do you think are you confident enough to teach so many people? I said, let's go ahead with it. I do not know, but let's just go ahead with it. So there comes a time in your life when you have to decide whether you're going to do the same thing the way you're doing it for many, many years, or you're going to go beyond your normal and you're going to do something. And I'm glad that we took that decision and we went ahead, and who knew that we're going to empower 11,000 plus teachers. And then who knew as a version 2, we're going to empower 1,500 maritime faculties from across India. Right? It's your support that is helping us manage and break records every single time. I don't think in the online fraternity, there'll be such a big, large fraternity of maritime faculties assembling at one webinar like this. So first of all, for this success, I would like to congratulate all of you guys. You're logging in from different parts of countries, different parts of wherever you're. Maybe some of you are on ships, some of you basically are traveling somewhere, some of you are attending from your phone, some of you have just, not even had your breakfast and came over here. So first of all, Thank you so much for joining in. And I would also like to thank, Dr. Ashutosh Apandikar for this entire initiative of being such a sport and managing the event at such a short notice, where it was actually very difficult to pull off such an event, but it is all because of you that this is all happening. So I have to congratulate the entire team of T.S.Rahaman, DDG Shipping, Maha Money Association for making this event a good success. Now, let's begin and let's basically start on, how can we start engaging our students and what do we do about it? So today's training is going to be approximately in two parts. All right. The first part, okay, of this training is going to be about how do you use a software like Zoom. But I understand some of you might be apprehensive because of Zoom, because of which what we can simply do is I'm also going to show you other alternatives available apart from Zoom. I won't be able to train you on that because paucity of time, but I will compare all of them and I'll tell you which one is the best for you to use. I still prefer Zoom because of the seamlessness of this platform, unless and until the government brings another platform. So just to give you an information, yesterday, Prime Minister Modi and the government of India announced a competition where they have told they shortlisted 10 IT companies like Zoho, HCL, and other big brands, and they've told them and they've given a project to them to start working on a video conferencing software as good as Zoom. And the company who is able to make the software first, they're going to award them 20 lakh rupees who have completed the software. So this is a competition by the government to get India's own application for video conferencing. Having said that, the day is not far that we might be having an Indian company, but by then we have to rely on whatever options we have available in the market right now. All right. So today's first section will be about training you on platforms like Zoom. The second section that we're going to do is we're going to train you on platforms such as Kahoot, Socrative, where we're going to show you how do we engage participants. Because also see, you have to make the learning fun. Because the learning is very boring. Students might just on their phones and they might just go on Clumber. And let's understand today that students of today are more smarter, okay, than anybody else because they are more aware of digital technologies. They normally use digital technologies and they also are aware of all the loopholes in this technology as well. Right. So I'm going to cover all of those points for you today, but I'm going to show you step by step, how can you become more smarter with the current generation. All right, let's begin. So first of all, okay, let's do a quick recap of yesterday's session. So what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we saw how to set up an online college. We also saw how to use Talent LMS. And we also basically saw how can you become a digital lead in your college, okay, where you can start giving initiatives to people. Right? Now, if you see today, the online education evolved over a period of time. For example, earlier, you should do things in chalk and board. Then came the era of projectors, where we start projecting things over there. And today is a laptop, which is a screen, which has become a training platform. So it's very, very imperative for us that we start using this, cohesively. Also, we're going to see today how do we conduct live sessions. How many of you guys over here today face struggle in conducting live sessions for yourself at this point in time? And you think that offline was much better, but online session is something which I have to still get comfortable on. Give me a quick eye on the chat box in case you think that you're going to be struggling with these live sessions right now. And today I'm going to try to make all your struggles come to an end. All right. And I'm going to show you exactly that how can you essentially use this in a much better way. The first, let's understand that what are the biggest challenges for us at this point in time. So some of the biggest challenges for us right now is how to make, first of all, the sessions interactive. Because sessions, if they're not interactive, your students won't get bored, correct? Number two is how do I monitor attention of students? How do I know whether they're really attentive or not? What are they doing? What are they not doing? Etc. etc. Correct? Number three is how do I keep a track of who attended my program? Who is the person who has come? Who is the person who has not come into my program? And number four, how do we teach some practical subjects like mathematics or engineering on your Zoom platforms, right? Now, this is the challenges of teachers. Do you agree that this is the main top challenges right now? Type the word agree on the chat box. And do you agree that this is the main challenge of any teacher today to understand all these aspects? Correct. But now let's understand what do students want. The students today, they should be able to ask queries. See, the way you are facing challenges, even students are facing challenges, right? Number two, they want to ensure that teacher is interesting. They don't want any boring subjects, right? They don't want teacher to be very boring, because see, offline and online is a huge difference in both of them. Number three, how do we basically get grades for assignments, right? And number four is, how do we give the same experience as the offline experience as much as we can in the online world? I'm not saying we can replicate the offline experience, but we actually give the same experience to people in the online world. All right. Now, let's first of all, before I tell you about how do we go about doing live training, let's understand what are the different modes of training available for us. The first one is called live session. So what I'm doing right now, I'm doing a live session with you. When I'm talking to you, you're talking to me, we both are talking to each other right now, right? I always prefer live sessions are the best, because they really bring the human element in you. People can interact with you. You can interact with people. So it works seamlessly for everybody. Number two is recorded sessions. So just like some of you are not comfortable in live sessions, you can actually go for recorded sessions as well, where you can actually start recording your videos in advance, then sharing the video with people so that they can start doing things as well. Number three, are presentation based. For example, I can just switch off my video right now and I can just keep on speaking, okay, about my presentation right now. So suppose you're very conscious about your looks, some people are, right? If you're very conscious about your appearance, you can actually go for presentation based training as well, right? So that can also work for you effectively. All right. Then next is what we call is interactive training. So I'm going to show you some examples of interactive training, okay, where we're going to show you some voting platforms and how do we make it interactive. Okay, let's do it right now only. Do you want to see how can we conduct live votes while in session? Yep. So I'm going to show you a quick tool on this one. This tool is called voxvote.com. So first of all, we actually go over here. Let me just go back over here. Let me just take my screen. It's called voxvote.com. So if you go to the website called voxvote.com, and you can actually have online voting platforms out here. So what you simply do is you come to Voxvote and you need to make a login ID and password, the way you normally do every single time. So I'm just going to log into my existing account right now. Just give me a moment. Okay. So now Voxvote is nothing but a live voting platform. It's a good way to engage students. All right. And let me show you how does it really work. So now we come over here, we can create new event. So I don't have a new event right now, I'm an existing event, because in the free version, the best part is this tool is absolutely free. This is a live voting tool, which you can actually use. All right. I'm going to just modify one of my existing questions only. So first things first, you have to give a topic name. So just say FDP for T.S.Rahaman, right? And we just put two questions out here. Now, how do you put questions out here? It's pretty simple. You can just click on this button called create a question, add a new question, and you can add questions out here. Let's take it, just add a question. Let's take, for example, I'll put a simple question like, which is the first step in online college school management, right? And I give my answers. So let's take I make making students comfortable. I can just put my second answer as, let me zoom in the screen for you so you can see it pretty well. So you can see I put a question and I put an answer. Then I can just say teacher training, right? And then if I want, I can just choose. I just put one more thing over here. And let me just put something called as student onboarding. Okay, very quickly. Can somebody tell me what is the right answer over here? It's the first one, correct, right? Make students comfortable. And update this question. So first things first, I update the question, all right? And this is what we call as a question which is close-ended, where simply what I'm doing is I'm simply putting a question in place which is close-ended in nature. And now, okay, let me just delete this. Let me just delete this question. I delete this first question of mine. Okay, can you tell me what about the okay, let's put this question right now because so you can also put an open-ended question. When you put an open-ended question, what typically happens is people can start answering the questions live. It means it's going to be because it's going to become a word cloud. And again, I'm going to show you a demo of this. Okay, you're going to see practically how does it really work. So don't worry about it. So we can also have an open-ended question. Now for this one, for this type of a question, you can choose word cloud. All right, and then I can also basically put what is the best software for screen recording. Let me just put this, which is the best tool for live sessions. So if you see, I put 3 questions now. Let me just put the right answer as Zoom. Correct? Then click on update. So you can basically also see about 4 questions out here. What can you tell me about one word about FDP? What is the best tool for live sessions? What is the best? What is the first step in online school management? Let's put this question as first. Then this question will be second, this question will be third. So we put 3 questions right now. So if you just make your question answers out here. Are we clear about this so far? How to make question answers on Voxboard? Give me a quick yes on chat box. Okay, fantastic. Now, let's say I want to play this quiz with you. How do we play this quiz? So I can just click on live over here. And now I want all of you guys to currently go to, okay, this thing called as live.voxboard.com. Okay, let me just put this on the screen for all of you. So first step is you have to log in. Okay, how do you log in? Let me just show that to you. So everybody, you just need to go to live.voxboard.com. It'll ask you for a pin out there. You have to put this pin 65659. Okay, I want all of you to go to live.voxboard.com. So I'll just show how does it really work. We just go with your copy this link over here, put it up anywhere you want, put it up on a Chrome browser, Safari browser, whichever device you're coming from. Okay, then when you log into live.voxboard, it will ask you for a pin. This pin over here is 65659. You just put this pin, click on OK next. You click on next, you have to wait for the question to come. You see this page out here. So wait for the question to come. Right? This is what you need to put. So I want very quickly people to actually put this. Okay. And once you're done, type the word done on the chat box. I put in the chat box for all of you, people on YouTube. Okay. You need to kind of just type this thing. I'll just wait for a minute, then I'll start the voting. Okay. So I'm assuming most of you are able to do it. Okay. Now let's see how does it work practically. So it's quite simple. Now, when I basically at my end, when I start the question, okay, you'll see the question for exactly 60 seconds. You need to vote for the question. You need to basically put the right answer in 60 seconds. The faster you are, the better you are, the more points you get. All right. Are you ready? Let's start this. So I just click on start over here. And 60 seconds started right now. You can see over here in front of you, the question will come like this. If you just tip on the right answer from here, just take a tip on this answer, click on vote. Once you do that, you have to wait for the answer to come. Okay. So 48 seconds more, 47 seconds. So what you can simply do is you can make questions like this. So at the end of every class, make some questions and keep it ready on the screen, right? You have to prepare the questions in advance. Moment you do this, moment you prepare the questions in advance and keep, all right? Students should vote. The students feel super excited. They feel so happy because they are now engaging with you online. So if you see, online engagement is not that difficult. You just need to know the right tools for online. And best part is this tool is absolutely free. But the only limitation is you only make up to 5 quizzes. So quiz means I can have multiple questions on one quiz, but I can only make up to 5 quizzes over here. 4, 3, 2, 1. And let me just stop the quiz. You can see 95% of you, 441 people voted for this quiz. 95% of you voted for making students comfortable. 2.5 people percent of people actually put teacher training and student onboarding. Now, are you ready for the next question? Type the word ready on the chat box and ready for the next question right now. Okay, let's do this. So now we can, I can just put a second question for all of you. Okay, which is the best tool for live sessions? All right, and just click on start. So now I got 60 seconds. Okay. So people are not able to open the application, don't worry about it. You can probably try it at your home next time, right? So don't worry about it. Okay. Now 26 seconds more. 20, 19, 15. And finally, we said 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's see the right answers. So maximum people have answered for Zoom, 54%, 43% go for, PowerPoint, then VLC, then QuickTime. Okay, no problem. Okay, the last question for the day. Now, this is an open-ended question, guys. Okay, where you have to basically you have to type something out there. So I want you to type something over here. Okay, are you ready for this? Let's start. So now again, a new question will come on your screen. If you just keep on typing what do you feel about this session? Do you feel it's wonderful, it's awesome, it's excellent, whatever it is, just type, your answers in one word, and then we can see the entire word cloud of what have you said about this session right now. So like this, you can also basically put up any question in your class, and you can always ask people that, hey, what is the time, that you should have a mock drill in your ships? And then let people type the number, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, 4 months. What should have a mock drill in a ship, by the way? Let me see who got the right answer. Yeah, it's 3 months. All right. So now it's done. Let's stop. And you can see the word cloud out here. Okay, word cloud is too jumbled up. Let's see the frequency of the words. But frequency of the word is excellent, good, informative, awesome, great, useful, amazing, nice, superb. You can see 294 people have said excellent, 404 people have said good, 90 people have said informative, 75 people have said awesome. So you can see the word, you can see the frequency out here. This is the word cloud. The more larger the word, okay, that means the more people have actually put that word out. Let me just zoom out the screen so that you can see it properly. Okay, yeah, so here it is. Right? So this is basically what we call as a word cloud. And yes, so like this, you can be able to answer and judge people about it. Did you find this tool awesome, by the way? Type the word awesome in the chat box. You can find this super cool and super awesome. Right? So you can use this tool. It's called voxvote.com. And this is why, we normally call this interactive classrooms. If you see, like what we're doing is we are basically interacting with people. We're making the classrooms quite interactive in nature. The next is whiteboard-based learning. Now, what is whiteboard-based learning? Whiteboard is, now let's take if I'm faculty, like I'm a maths teacher or I'm some other teacher, I want to start writing on my screen, the way you write normally on the board. You can also do that as well, correct? And how do we do that? All right, I'm going to show you in my video recording sometime from now. So this is Voxvote. Now, let's go to the next segment, which is about conducting live trainings and which are the best tools for that. So there are multiple tools which you can use: Zoom, Livestorm, Google Meet, WebEx, and GoToMeeting. All right, and we can also figure out, that which is the best tool over here. So I've compared all the tools for you right now. So currently, half the tools are freemium. That means they're half free, half paid. Google Meet is the only one which is fully free. All right. Now, let's understand what's the duration of the meetings. So in the free version, Zoom only provides 40 minutes to you. Livestorm, 20 minutes. Google Meet, unlimited. Cisco WebEx, not known, but it's unlimited. Now, Zoom is very cheap. It's about $15 for up to 100 users. Even in the free version, you can still have 100 users over there. All right. And Google Meet is again absolutely free. The best part of Google Meet is no application required for Livestorm and Google Meet. WebEx is okay. I don't really prefer WebEx because WebEx has got a lot of glitches in the middle. But according to me, the best tool is Google Meet and Zoom are the two best tools for you right now. All right. But the advantage in Livestorm and Zoom is that you can mute everybody. So let's take if I mute all, like currently if you see we've muted all of you right now. That will be easier for you to concentrate because there's no background noise. Otherwise, some people have got background noises coming in. They keep on talking in the background. But the biggest disadvantage of Google Meets is that everybody keeps on speaking sometime or the other, and it might disturb you. And you cannot mute everybody. You have to mute everybody individually. That is the biggest drawback in Google Meet. All right. Now, one of the other advantages, can you share sound? There's no software. Suppose if I play a video and I want to show that video to you, there's no software, okay, which can actually use this, which can share sound with you. Even Microsoft Teams can't do that, right? So I would again highly recommend you to use, if you want to show videos, Zoom is the only platform for you right now, right? And you can you record the meetings? Yes, you can record the meetings on Zoom, on Livestorm and WebEx, but you can't record the meeting on Google Meet. If you want, this is ready right now. You can just take a screenshot of this one. I'll switch off my video. You can take a screenshot of this one and keep it handy with you. Now, some people are asking me about Microsoft Teams. See, Microsoft Teams are also very good, but again, it's exactly same like Google Meet. I think Team is a very heavy application. So what Team unfortunately does, okay, Team takes a lot of space in your computer and it hangs a lot. It makes your computer a bit slow. Okay, that's number one. And the number two is basically, the biggest hurdle for Microsoft Teams is that you need to have a Microsoft ID for that. That means you have to create a separate Microsoft ID for your school and for your college, and only for educators, but yes, you can do that. So Teams is also a good alternative, but then everybody, even your students, have to come on Team. Okay, that's the drawback. So in Zoom and Google Meet and Livestorm, your students need to create an account. But in Microsoft Teams, even they will need to create an account in this case. All right. So that's one of the drawbacks of Teams. But yes, the whiteboard feature is there in all the applications. I think it's there in Zoom, it's there in WebEx, it's not there in Livestorm and Google Meet as well. So now quickly what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a demo of Zoom. Unfortunately, I can't show you a demo while I'm in Zoom because you can't see my controls, which is why what I've done is I've recorded a video on Zoom. And I'm going to play the recording with sound for you. I want you to watch that video. It's a 40-minute video where I've given a detailed lowdown on how to use Zoom step by step. Go through that. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you about engagement tools. Okay. So what is sharing sound? Exactly what I'm going to do right now. So basically, if you see, when I'm going to play my video in front of you right now, technically the video itself is a video recording, correct? But you can't do this on any other software apart from Zoom, unfortunately, right? Now, if you're concerned about the security, if your number of students are less than 40, I would highly recommend to use. Hi friends, I hope that you can hear me very, very well. One second. And today, I would highly recommend that if you're concerned about security, use the paid version of Zoom and you can live stream sessions on YouTube the way we are doing it right now. Second option is use Google Meet. If your number of students are small, Google Meet is a very good option. It's free and it's quite easy. Everybody has a Gmail account today, right? So use Google Meets. Otherwise, use Livestorm. Even that's a very good tool. And Livestorm is also absolutely free. Okay, so I'm going to basically show you the demo right now of the Zoom platform, okay, on the inside. Let me just share my sound. I'll be on mute, but then I will answer your questions towards the end of my session. Okay. I'm going to show you how do we conduct a live demo of Zoom tool so that you can actually engage your students and you can start having live lectures in this lockdown period. And most importantly, you would be able to engage students and the experience is going to be seamless for your students and everybody else. So let us understand that what does it take to take a live session and what are the things you should keep in mind. Let me start by telling you that what we're going to cover in the live session. So the first things first, today we're going to see that how to sign up on Zoom, what is the pricing of Zoom right now, how to schedule your first meeting on Zoom, how to generate the meeting ID, and how can you start inviting students and giving them URLs to join the meeting. Then afterwards, I'm going to also show you how do we manage meeting controls, how do you start showing your PowerPoint presentations, slides, documents, or whatever it is on the Zoom platform, How can you basically use whiteboard? So for example, you're an accountancy teacher, you're an arts teacher, you want to start showing designs and drawings, you can do that. But for this, you would need a special mouse pen, which you can start drawing just like you draw on a paper on a mouse. Okay, so basically there's some equipment for this. I'll tell you the equipment later. And then basically I'm going to also show you that how do you manage participants. Suppose a student is naughty, you want to remove him from this meeting, or you want to basically switch off the videos. How do you do that? All right, then I'm also going to show you how do we control your mic settings. How do we also ensure that sometimes students might not be able to hear you, and some of the things which might go wrong in Zoom, how do you handle that? And mostly I'm going to also show you how do we use breakout rooms. So what are breakout rooms? Breakout room essentially is, let's take for example, if there are 20 students in the room, and like normally, we give class assignments where we tell people to speak in one corner or make a group and go and speak with themselves. Now that is also possible with Zoom, and I'm going to show you exactly that how do you enable breakout rooms and what do you do about it. And most importantly, I'm also going to show you how do you go live on YouTube simultaneously with Zoom. How can you enable, breakout rooms? How can you start recording your meetings? Where will the recordings be located? And how to share the recording with your students through your learning management system. So now let's get started. Let's understand that how do we first of all sign up on Zoom. So we're going to cover this particular section right now. Let's go there. So first you go to your browser. You simply go and you type over here zoom.us, which is an official website of Zoom. Now you can just sign up. The Zoom is absolutely free software to sign up, but the only limitation about Zoom is that suppose if you're using a paid plan, suppose you're using a free plan, in the free version you cannot have more than 100 people in the one room. Well, if you do one-on-one meetings, it can be unlimited. It means if you're doing an individual counseling or individual coaching, then Zoom meetings can be unlimited. Also, the free version only has 40 minutes cap. That means, let's take for example, if once 40 minutes are done, all the participants will log out automatically. Only in the paid version, the Zoom becomes unlimited. Now, having said that, how do we do a workaround with this? If you're using the free version, after the 40 minutes are done, you can ask the students to click on the same link and join back again. When this happens, you get the next 40 minutes absolutely free. Now, best part about Zoom is that they're currently offering absolutely free Zoom meetings to all the teachers and all the educators around the world. So if you're a teacher, you're in the education fraternity, just write to Zoom, tell them that you're from education fraternity, and they will actually make your Zoom absolutely free. Not only that, in the free version, unfortunately, there's no much support given, but in the paid version, everything is given. Let's talk about the paid version. If you really ask me, paid version is not that expensive. Paid version is only for $15. That comes to about 12 to 1300 bucks. And even the paid version includes 100 participants, but the meeting duration can be 24 hours. What does it mean? It does not mean that in a month 24 hours. It means you can do the meeting all day long, unlimited. You can also manage users over here. You get some more features, and you also get something called as, you can also record your Zoom meetings on the cloud. That means the recordings can be saved within Zoom itself. You don't have to save it in a computer up to 1 GB. Right? So let's deep dive and let's just get into Zoom and understand that how do you go about doing it. The first sign up for the Zoom software, I'm not going to cover this part because I'm assuming it's just a simple sign up that you normally do, and most of you, because it came to this Zoom meeting, and if you're watching from YouTube, you must be already been signed up on Zoom before as well. Let's assume that you have an ID. You can straight away click sign in, and if you wish, you can also sign in from a Gmail account. Like in my case, I've signed in from my Gmail account. So I'll just go to my Gmail and I'll just sign into Zoom right now. Now let's understand how do we go about doing things. So over here, first things first is your profile. You need to maintain a very professional profile on Zoom. So if you're running an academy and if your college is purchasing Zoom for you, then you should keep your college name. Like in our case, we're using a company name, Nordstrom Academy. So Nordstrom Academy's name is given over here. Then comes what we call as the logo. So you can also upload your logo over here of your college so that there's a confusion. So you can do that. All right, and then you can put your email address. You can, if you want, you can also have some additional features. Like we have an additional feature of we've taken an additional plan for 1,000 plus people. So all your details will actually come over here on your profile page. Is it very clear? So remember guys, the first step is to sign up for Zoom meeting. Once you sign up, you need to put all these details about your college. Let's go next. Now let's go to the second tab, which is what we call as the meeting tab. In the meeting tab is the place where we can actually schedule a new meeting. Let me give you an example of this. Let's take for example that I got a class tomorrow with my students, or let's take now there's about 11 o'clock. I've got a class at 12 o'clock with my students, and I want to basically invite them for a Zoom meeting. And I want to also have a separate room for them. So what do? I click on schedule new meeting. I can give my topic. My topic is, let's take for example, digital marketing. (101). I can give my description if I want. So I'll just say this lecture is on digital marketing. I'll give a date and a time. So I'll just say 1st May, and let me just take this time to be 12 p.m. Alright. My duration of the lecture would be 1.5 hours. My time zone is India. Now suppose if you want this meeting to be recurring, that means I want this meeting to be running throughout the next week or throughout the next month, I can just say this is a recurring meeting. So I can say every week I'm going to do a meeting every Monday at 12 o'clock. Okay, and this lecture is going to end in the month of June. So then you don't have to keep on generating meeting IDs. That meeting ID will keep on generating every week, and every week the student will come and attend your lecture. Are we clear with this so far? I will just repeat the step one more time for you. You go up, you put the topic, put the description, put the date, duration, and recurring meeting if you want to use the same meeting ID throughout the week. Now suppose if you want to take your students' attendance, so before they start coming in, you want to ensure that they actually fill in their details. You can say required. So basically people have to before they start coming in, they will have to put their name, email, ID every single time. Alright, so this is very, very important step. Don't forget this. And then I can also basically, suppose I can also choose an option over here which says attendance register once and can attend any occurrence. It means if once they put their details, they can come and attend any of the occurrences or meetings, or they will need to register every single time. So in case you want to have an attendance in every single lecture, I would recommend this option for you, where you say the attendance is needed to attendees need to register in each occurrence when they attend. That means every single time when they click on the link, they will always have to put in their name and email and phone number. If you want to make your meetings more secure, you can also have a password, and you can just say password is digital. So when people come in, they have to put the password. But it's becomes an additional step, so I normally ignore the step. But just in case you want to make it more secure, you can do that as well. Always turn the video off initially because videos might be irritating a bit. And in the audio type, choose computer audio because ultimately they want people to speak from the computers or from their mobile devices. That's what you do. Now there are 3 more options out here, which is called enable join before the host. What does it mean is, let's take for some reason you don't come on time, but you don't want students to be in a waiting zone. So you can also tell people to join before you, and you can just tick mark this option. What happens if you untick this option? If you untick this option, students cannot enter the meeting till the time you allow them in. So let's take for example, if you're using one meeting ID for all your classes, then you can probably then you can disable this option, and then children have to wait till the time you manually admit them. But suppose you're having different meetings for different classes, then you can. Now, how do you conduct different meetings? Always schedule a new meeting, and then simply come down and click on save. Once you do that, what will happen is Zoom will give you a meeting ID, and this meeting ID can be passed on to a student. And when you pass it to a student, they can go from mobile phone, desktop, by just entering this meeting ID for them. Additionally, if you want to give a registration page link, you can actually use this link over here. I can just copy the invitation, and I can just simply copy this, and I can go to my Gmail and mail to the students as well. Now let us understand that when student clicks on this link, what kind of page will he get? So when he clicks on the link, this is the kind of page that he'll be getting. So he'll say Digital Marketing 101, lectures on digital marketing, what date, because every week I'm conducting sessions. Today is 1st May, he's coming at 12 o'clock. He's putting his first name, last name, email, confirming email, and confirm he's not a robot, and join the meeting. That's how you can get your registration page. I hope this was simple for you and easy to understand. Let me give you a quick recap one more time. What did we do? So first things first, we went to Zoom and we signed up for a profile. Okay. After that, you put your logo, put your college name, and you start doing things better. Then go to meetings. And if you want to make a new meeting, you can schedule a meeting for yourself. When you do that, give a topic name, give a description. Like in our case, we put Digital Marketing 101. Give a description. Say when you're going to have the meeting. So I'm going to have a meeting at 1st May at 1 p.m. What's the duration of the meeting? It's going to go for 1.5 hours. The timing. Suppose you want the meeting to be recurring, you can put recurring meeting as well. That means every week the same link can work. And then you can say you want to do it weekly, you want to do it monthly. And suppose you want to make it custom made, you can also make it custom made as well. You can say no fixed time. Alright. And then if you wish, you can also ask them to register. So let us take a bit daily, and we say registration required. So we want people to come and register for the meeting every single time. And I would recommend option second to you. Let people register every time before they enter the meeting, so that you know which students entered the meeting, and this data can be pulled out in an Excel sheet later on. And suppose you want a password, you can put a password. Always keep both these video options off. The audio should be via computer or telephone. You can do both if you like. Okay, and suppose if you want people to dial in. Now let's take, this is one of the very important options actually. Okay, so Zoom has an option where people can dial in from the phone. Unfortunately, they don't have an India number right now. Okay, but there is a way around to this. They can actually dial in from a US number as well, and you can use Skype for doing that. But in both the cases, they would need a proper phone number. So I don't want to tell the option to you. Better is ask them to install the app and come from mobile phone. And if you want, you can enable some meeting controls, like enable them to join before the host, or enable them in the waiting room. Waiting room is you have to admit them manually before they start coming in. And then click on save. And once you save this, the meeting IDs will be generated automatically. It's meeting ID over here. Copy the URL and give it to the students for them to register. I hope this was simple and easy to comprehend. Now, whenever you're using a meeting, unfortunately, you can't take it from the web version. So what do? In that case, you need to go to your native Zoom application. So how do you go to the native application? Let me just show that to you. You go to you first of all install Zoom. How do you install Zoom right now? You go to the browser, go to single resources, download Zoom client. And first things first, you install the Zoom on your computer, which you can use this either a version for your Windows or the version for your app store. Okay, so just install these meetings for yourself. Once you do that, a Zoom application will come in your screen, something like this. Now first things first, you need to sign up over here. Like you need to sign in with your account. I'll just show that step to you as well. Let me just sign out from my account. Normally Zoom meeting will do something like this. Click on sign in with Google. Suppose you're using Gmail ID. If you're using ID password, use ID password. A separate browser will open up. Click on sign in with your account and launch the meeting. So it's very simple. You need to simply sign in and launch your Zoom meetings. Once you do that, all the meeting ID which is generated in the web version will also come over here. Like if you remember, I generated a meeting ID for Digital Marketing 101. It has come over here as well. So I hope you're clear up to this part, and I hope that you got no confusion about this. If you have any confusion, don't worry. The recording of this video will be shared, and you can go ahead and watch the recording again and again till the time you make it perfect. Now, let us start the meeting. So let's take it 12 o'clock right now, and I want to get people and I want to make people enter the meeting room. I will just say start. When you start the meeting, there are a couple of meeting controls in your hand at this point in time. Let me make you walk through them and how does it really work. Let me also sign in myself from a different device because that will be easier to show you a control. Just give me a moment, please. Let's take right now, I'm coming from my different device. So let's take you give this link to people, and people are now clicking on this link of yours, the meeting registration link which you made, this link of ours which we made over here. Let me just sign in, please. Give me a moment. So if you notice, I'm just entering into the meeting. Moment somebody enters into the meeting, see this will come over here as manage participants and admit. So if it is waiting room is enabled, I need to admit them and I need to get them to my meeting room. So as you can simply see in my manage participants area, I can see one more Hitesh has come in. Now if you notice, I have a mic button, I have a mic icon below me and my voice is coming up and down. But in Hitesh's meeting ID, in Hitesh's, when he's joined, there's a mic button. What does it mean? It means that he can't listen to you right now. Now why is that? It's because he must have not enabled his microphone. So you have to always instruct your participants that whenever they join the Zoom meeting, they'll have to click on this button called join the audio button, and they have to basically enable the computer audio. If they don't do that, they would not be able to listen to you. And if they're coming from a cell phone, they'll find a small speaker icon in the left hand side, and over there they click on call via device audio. Okay, sorry about that. So if you notice, now the mic icon came, that means Hitesh can listen to us. But let's take for example that some students are reading ruckus, they are speaking over here and they are just chit-chatting, and you're not able to listen. It's a lot of background noise. So you want to unmute them. So when you hover around any name, you can actually mute, unmute. So you can see over here, unmute and mute. I can mute and unmute them. Alright. Now when I unmute a participant, he or she can also speak on the meeting as well. But if I mute them, okay, they would not be able to speak to me. But now let's take, even when a participant is unmuted, he can also unmute himself and he can start speaking. So some people might play mischief on you. There is a way around for it where you can mute all the participants until the time you don't allow them, they will not be able to unmute themselves. How do we do that? Click on manage participants. And you will find this option over here called mute all. Click on mute all and untick the option of allow participants to unmute themselves. If you don't do this, participants can always unmute and they can start speaking, which is why you just click on yes. One of the best practices on Zoom is that everybody should be muted, because if they are muted, it will become easier for you to conduct a session. If they are not muted, it's going to become extremely difficult for you to conduct your sessions, and you're going to face a very tough time. Now let's take, sometimes you want to speak to somebody on the side, or you want to speak to your assistant or your partner, and you don't want that conversation to go out in this meeting. You can also mute yourself, quickly speak about yourself, and then basically come back. You can do that if you want. Alright. If you want to enable your camera, you can also do this from here. So as you can see, currently I'm enabled my camera, and you guys can see me very well. I can see you very well, and that's quite easy. Let me switch off my camera again. Let's take for example now, suppose I've got a lot of participants. You're having at least 100 plus participants, and if you enable the meeting room, it's going to become very difficult for you, to every single time admit them. So you can go to security and you can just disable the enable waiting room thing. So when you disable this, people can join in anytime and they can leave anytime, and they won't really bother you for admission every single time. Now, how do we do it in offline classes? Suppose when a class starts, you say after 10 minutes, nobody will allow to enter in my class. Can you do the same thing on Zoom? Well, yes, you can. So you can just go to security and you can say lock the meeting. So when you lock the meeting, anybody after this point cannot enter your meeting room. That means they will not be able to join and they will not be able to get the attendance in that case. But if you just switch off this, then they can. Okay, that's your security option. So I'll repeat the three options. They're very critical for you. First things first, always mute the participants and unmute the participants from here. Best practice is to mute everybody. How do we do that? Go to manage participants and click on mute all and untick this option of allow participants to unmute themselves. Okay. Second option is basically for you to unmute and mute yourself. Also to figure out your camera settings, you can switch on the camera, switch off the camera as per your own choice, and then enable the security. That means you can actually ensure that the waiting rooms are enabled, disabled, and locking the meeting room means nobody can enter after this time. I hope we are very clear up to this point. So these are major meeting controls which we'll be using every single time. Now let's go to the third section of understanding that how do we interact with participants. So how to make a lecture engaging is you can start using chat options over here. And as you see, like what I do every single time is I keep on telling you to type something. Type yes, type no, type this, type that. Now why is this important? This is purely important because if you don't ask them to type, people might be vying on their cell phones. They must be like chatting with their girlfriends and boyfriends, and they will pay the least amount of attention to you, which is why you should be asking them to type every single time. So like after my session, I tell you, hey, if you're excited, type over here excited. If you want to basically, if you understand this concept, type the word understood over here. Then if you want, you can just randomly pick up a student and tell them, hey, you know what? Tell me what did you learn about the session? Let's summarize. And then people start summarizing. Okay? We can do that as well. Now in this section, what basically happens is the student, okay, he or she can also enable their camera. So let's take for example, I'm just going to enable my camera from my phone device. So when I enable a camera from my phone device, okay, you can see people can see me. I can see my small face out there, right? And suppose if I unmute myself, then they can also see the student as well. So you can also monitor students over here by asking to enable cameras. But I normally don't recommend this. Why do I don't recommend this option? I don't recommend this option to you purely because it's going to consume a lot of bandwidth. So if you don't have a high speed connection, I would not advise you to do this. If you got a high speed connection, if your students have high speed connections, I would advise you to take this step. Alright. Then comes polling. I'll come to the polling part a bit later. So I can just ask people to chat. And suppose if I want to disable chat, I can also disable chat. I can say chat with no one. When I say host only, that means they can only chat with me and not chat with anybody else. And if I say publicly, they can also chat among themselves on the chat box as well. So I would recommend to keep it host only. It's easier for you to manage queries. Now let's take for example that you want along with you somebody else to also control the meeting. That means your students don't have all these meeting controls, but still you want somebody else to manage the meeting for you. Let's take I want myself, my mobile phone to manage the meeting for me. Click on the option more and you can say make a co-host. Now when you make somebody a co-host, even they can start sharing their stuff from their device. For example, if I'm on my phone, I can now start sharing my phone screen also with people, and I can actually do that. So for example, from my phone also I can share my screen. Let's take I just do this. So you can see my screen over here on my phone right now. You can see my applications. You can see everything out here, right? I can also see my camera as well if I want to enable my camera. All right. So let us not do that right now. Let me just come back over here. So you can actually disable and enable things. Even a co-host can do that. So you need to just make them a co-host. So co-host is people who have got meeting slides just like you, and even they can start sharing the screen. Like you can see in our meeting right now, Neil, my partner, Roshni, they all are co-hosts. So they can also manage the meeting on my behalf, and they can start responding to people on my behalf as well. All right. Now let's try to understand about the sharing functionality. How do you share your PowerPoint? How do you share your stuff? So I can just click on share button out here. And if you want, you can see this PowerPoint coming over here. So before you want to share anything, you need to open that particular application for you to share. Let's take for instance, I want to share my entire screen. I can just share my entire screen. Now in the entire screen, what I can do is I can actually share my browsers. I can share my curriculum, I can share my PowerPoint, I can share my animations, I can do all of those things out here right now, right? That's how normally I'm sharing my things with you. And then I can also manage things on top from here. I can mute, unmute myself. Okay, I can basically, I can pause the screen. What happens in pausing a screen? Whatever, suppose I don't want to show my browser right now. Suppose I'm signing to my Gmail account. I don't want to show them to them. I can just pause it from here. I can then minimize this, open my Gmail on side. Okay, and then after that I can come back and I can start resuming my sharing. I can do that. So you can just pause, unpause your shares for ease of work in that case. Okay, so I don't want to show my Gmail right now. I'll just presume that you guys are following this. Then there's another remote control. Now what's remote control? Remote control is where basically I can also give my mouse access and control to somebody else. So let's take for example, I have got some points in my slides, or I'm actually doing a drawing and I want other people to come and draw for me. I can do that, right? I can just give a mouse controls to them and they can start managing things for me. So these are your major meeting controls that you'll be using. And suppose if you want to stop share, click on stop share. All right, I hope this was easy for you to follow. Okay. So I'll just repeat the major controls one more time. The first basically what we saw mute unmute, we saw videos, we saw security, we saw managing participants. Now basically we saw how to chat with people, so we can start chatting over here. Okay, we can get other people to chat with us. We show sharing of screen. Okay, these are the two major functions you'll always use. Now let's also understand that suppose now you're an accounting teacher. You want to basically start drawing something, or you want to start writing something. For this, you would need a XP pen. There's something called as a mouse pen. So XP pen. So this is what you call as graphic and drawing tablets. You need to use this. Okay, XP is a very famous company that gives all these drawing tablets over here right now. So people. So how do you have a notepad and a pen? The same way people also have a notepad and a pen. As you can see over here. Getting us to the Indian website. Just give me a moment. So with the normal mouse, it will become difficult for you to type, but with this you'll be able to. So this is like a note. This is like a mouse pad which you see over there. Let me kind of show you down. So this is kind of a mouse pad, and you get this pen out here. So you can, whatever you write over here, it will basically start coming on your screen, and then people can start seeing your screen effectively. Let me show this to you in practical life. Let's say we go back to our Zoom. Now instead of sharing a screen, I can start sharing what we call as a whiteboard. And I can just say whiteboard. Right. So when I do that, this thing will open up where I can start drawing right now. So I don't have an XP pen, but I can just type over here something like, I can also use my mouse for this, but mouse becomes a bit difficult unless you're very good at Photoshop, you've got proper mouse. So I'm very bad at this. Let me clear this off. Okay, let me just clear all the drawings. So you can actually do that. Suppose you want to highlight something, you can highlight something as well. Okay, you can start drawing over here whatever you want, right? And you can use these controls as per your thing. So actually you can do this, and suppose you want to save this, you can also save this as well. So if you have an XP pen, then you can start actually writing over here like a maths teacher, and you can start doing that about you. So suppose you're an art teacher, you want to draw something and show them, you can do that as well. I'm more of a PowerPoint guy. Okay, so one of the other ways that what I recommend is, you can start probably writing your things on a piece of notepad, put a picture out there on your screen, and you can start showing the picture of the sums which you have. All right. Or one other trick, what you can basically do is, I'll just show you. Suppose I type math sums. So let's take, you need to write your sums in a very methodical fashion. Let's take for example that this is my sum which I want to show to people. Let me take a bigger drawing. In this case, let me take this one. Let's take for example, this is my math sum. Let's assume that I've written something on a piece of paper. Let me take an actual piece of paper. You come to the PowerPoint, and what you can simply do is paste that image out here. And again, beam that image in the big screen. So you just take a photograph of your sum, beam it in the big screen, and then you can simply put a shape over here. So you can say, first things first, people, write down 84 to 233. Second step is to add 43 and 60 to this. Third step is to do this. Fourth step is to do this. So you need to make it in a very methodical fashion. I know it's going to be a still tough thing to do for a lot of accounting teachers, but this is one methodology which you can do. Otherwise, when you start writing the sum, just start clicking pictures and you keep on moving slides and you start pasting that pictures on a PowerPoint. You can do that as well if you like. Alright. So it's some options which I told you can actually start using for yourself, which will make it easy for you to do things. But suppose I don't want whiteboard, I can just disable the whiteboard. So I can just come back and do my screen, or I can just click on stop share and I can stop my sharing ability. This is how you use a whiteboard. So sharing screen will actually help you do all of these things all by yourself. Now let's take for example, if you're showing a video. Now while showing a video, let's take now you go to YouTube and you start showing a video from YouTube. Now when you start showing a video, unfortunately the sound of the video would not go to the opposite participant. Right? So how do you ensure that your sound goes to the opposite participant? For example, if I want people to see some problem or see some equation or see some video from my side, how do I do that? So let's take, I want people to listen to this song, or I want people to listen to, one of the things. Now, how do I ensure that, my audio goes to the opposite person? So simply put, you just first pause the video, come back over here, click on this thing called new share, find the option called share computer sound. When you do that, then whatever you play in a computer, even if you play a native video on a computer, they will still be able to, see the sound, hear the sound, and they can be watching a video. So one of the good ways to engage your students is to keep on putting some videos in the middle. A lot of these online YouTube has tons and tons of video on mathematics, equation, theorems, or your science, digital marketing, whatever it is. So let's take, I want to show them Pythagoras theorem. So I can also just take any video which is animated in nature, and I can basically, or just normal video which I think is very good, and I can show them this video while I am taking a lecture. So what happens, you get a breather, the student also get a breather looking at your face, and they basically also are able to comprehend pretty well because you're combining some videos with your live lecture. You can do that as well. So that's one of the good tips that you can actually use, right? So you can actually do that. So click on share again and click on share computer sound for yourself. I hope you got this, and I hope that so far you've been following me patiently. Let me just show you things one more time. We saw manage participants control, we saw how to share things, and we also saw how to share whiteboards, okay, and how to share a particular PowerPoint in this case. Alright, and so I just need to stop share right now. This is some of the options that you have. Now another option that you have is what we call is breakout rooms. Now what are breakout rooms? Let's take for example that you want to give an assignment to people, and rather than chit-chatting on WhatsApp and separately, you can start telling them to make groups over here itself. Now depending how much of participants I have, suppose I've got 10 participants, 20 participants, I can break them into multiple rooms. I can tell them break participants into 4 rooms. And suppose if there were 20 people, they will automatically divide to 20 by 4, and they will actually get at least 5 people in one room. So that this can happen automatically by Zoom itself, and they will all have individual Zoom IDs, and they can start talking to each other. And suppose you have option of stopping it back. When you stop it back, they all come back over here. It's a very good function which you can actually use. Now coming to the most important function is recording a lecture. When you start a lecture, remember to record it. So you just click on record button and click on record on this computer. When you do that, how do you know recording is on? You'll find this recording button coming up on top. If you do not find the recording button coming up on top, that means this recording is not happening in your meeting right now. If you want to give the videos after the meeting gets over, you will need to record your meetings for sure. If you don't record them, it won't look pretty good. Okay? Currently, I'm just stopping the recording right now because you don't want to record this video. And if you want to record on the cloud, you can just click on record and you can say record to the cloud as well. In this case, the meeting is saved on the cloud. It's not saved on your computer. Alright? And suppose you want to go live from here. How do you go live? Click on more. You can say live on YouTube. Now when you click on this button, what basically happens is it will start opening up your Gmail accounts. You pick up that Gmail account which you currently are using and which you have an active YouTube on. For example, I got active YouTube on my own channel, Hitesh Motwani. And then I can keep up my company names, which is Nordstrom Academy, or my client name. So I'm going to put my company name out here, Nordstrom Academy. So now I'm going live not from my handle, I'm going live from a Nordstrom Academy handle. This is how people on YouTube currently are watching my video. So before the video we actually go live, so I can just put my digital marketing one-on-one, policy privacy unlisted. Always make your videos unlisted. Now what's the difference in public, listed and private? Unlisted means that whenever you share the link, only then they can watch. If you make it public, then everybody can watch. When they come to your channel, they can also watch the video. But when you make it unlisted, then only people whom you share the link, only they can watch and others cannot watch it. And private means they will need to sign into a Gmail account. You need to give them access individually to the Gmail accounts. That's quite a task. I would recommend that if you're doing a private session, always keep it unlisted. And you click on go live. Moment you do that, okay, what happens is Zoom passes on your video to YouTube. Now remember that whatever I speak on Zoom will probably come after 10 seconds on YouTube. But a YouTube audience would not realize that simply because they have also been using the meeting live. So for them, the experience is going to be seamless. So don't worry about that at all. And once you go live on YouTube, you can basically see it over here that, we are just trying to pass on our video feed to YouTube feed. And once that happens, YouTube will give you a link, and that is the link you need to share with people when you go live from YouTube. That's how you basically do things. Similar to YouTube, you can also go live on Facebook as well. Alright, first let this happen because it's taking some amount of time. So by the time this loads, let me just show this to you. Okay, so you can see it over here. We can also go live on Facebook. Actually, it's not coming over here right now. But how do you give a link of your YouTube? Just click over here and you can say copy streaming link. And the streaming link is already made. And then you can start giving the streaming link to people. And then they can start, going for the meeting out there. And they can start watching you wherever they are. It's just timer. I don't know why. Maybe I'm using a lot of apps. But yes, but normally it works. So you can actually do that, and when you give the link to people, this is how they can see the meeting. You can see 17 minutes already passed by, digital marketing 101, and people are actually seeing that right now. So going live on YouTube is no rocket science. It's quite easy. Anybody can do that. Alright. Let me just stop streaming right now. So I stop my streaming, and that's how you manage your meeting controls. So I'll just repeat one more time what we did. Let's give a very quick summary. So step number 1, we basically went on Zoom, right? So sign into Zoom meetings over here, and you made an account. After you made the account, you manage your profile. Let me just go to my account. You manage your profile, where you need to put your logo, you put your name, You put your details, etc., etc., etc. Click on meetings. When you click on meetings over here, you basically had this thing called schedule a new meeting. We showed the meeting settings to people. So suppose you want to have a new class, click on schedule a meeting. Have a new class, put your topic, put a description, put when it's going to happen, time zone, recurring meeting, registration required or not required, and settings over here. Click on save. Once you save it, log into your Zoom account from here. Okay. Now let's take, if I want to leave the meeting, I'll just click on end the meeting for all. But let's take for example, I can see all my meetings over here as well. You see the record is converted in my meeting, but I'll just show that to you later. How does it really work? So you will see meeting over here, click on start a meeting. When you start the meeting starts. Then you can actually start getting people in by looking at manage participants, and when somebody comes in, you can come through your participants at 12. You can mute and unmute yourself, on and off your video. Okay, chat, sharing screen. So you can share screen to share your entire screen with people if you do that, right? And then you can also basically use you can also pause the screen feature as well. And most importantly, you can record on your computer. Let me just stop the sharing. You can record on your computer from here, and you can actually use breakout rooms as well. Now, one option I haven't showed you so far is polling. Now, what is polling? Polling is where you can start conducting polls within your meetings. How is you conducting polls? Click on polls, add a question, and you can start beaming polls to people as well. When you come over, you can just put your question out here. You can say, for example, are you enjoying this meeting? Click on yes, no. Just click on save. The moment you make this poll out here, what is going to happen is when you go to this Zoom meeting, you can then click on the poll button, and you can see, like suppose I want to conduct a poll, just click on the poll button. This is my poll. I can just launch the poll. The moment I launch the poll, all my participants start seeing the poll. It will come on the screen. And if I end the poll will end. If I enable it, it will enable. And at the end, I can see the statistics of my poll as well. So similarly, we can do polling as well. So these are some controls which you can use to make your session very engaging, very live. And this is what I had to show you about Zoom meeting. I hope you enjoyed. The reason we did this in the recorded format is because I cannot show you the controls while I'm in the Zoom. But now I will see you on the other side. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was very clear for all of you. And I'll see you and we can take some questions out there. All right. So I hope you enjoyed the training of Zoom, and I hope you got an entire lowdown on how to use Zoom application. Now, some of the questions which are very common that you will ask me right now is are all these features available in the free version of Zoom? The answer is no. I think you can use a whiteboard in the free version, but you cannot use the breakout rooms. You cannot use, the live streaming feature on the free version. If you want live streaming, you want breakout rooms. Unfortunately, all those come in the paid feature. For the entire feature list, I would recommend you to go to zoom.us and you can just check, their website for giving you a lowdown on what is available, what's not available in the free and the paid version as well. But paid version, okay, is extremely easy, and it's not that difficult, and it's also very cheap, right? So you can actually do that as well. So now let us basically go ahead, and don't worry, you get the recording of all these things. All right, so don't worry about it. So let's now understand that how can we essentially go out there and conduct assessments and engage people out there, all right? And how can we do that? So let's do that. Now, there are a couple of ways you can do assessment for. Now, the question is, what can you use assessment for? You can use assessment for, number one, increasing engagement, all right? Where if you do assessment, it actually motivates people to be there, right? Number two is, to make students only create a test as an activity. For example, you can also create tests to do an activity in the class, not just to grade marks. And also what you can do is, what I would recommend is now from going forward, since the entire system is changing, the education system also has to change somewhere, right? So my recommendation to all of you is that when you start using this features, or what I'm going to show you right now sometime from today, all right, you should use this as a part of your marking system also, because see, that's how the students will get marked. Also, make the time short in your exam so that you can copy less. See, because the chances of copying in the exam will become very, very high when they give assessments. To make the time extremely short for them. Okay. And then, okay, you also need to basically post or have post-class feedback. So when you do a class, it's better to have a post-class feedback. You can use Voxvote for that. And I'm going to show you a couple of more tools which can actually help you do that as well. Right. And last thing is create your study material. Curate your study material from the internet and for yourself. Because if you don't have a study material, what will students learn from? So earlier they had books, but now obviously the books are not available. They can go out there and buy books also. But thanks to the internet, there are plenty of resources available on the internet, which one can use and one can utilize for this one. All right. Let's now understand that how do we go about making assessments done. Now for this, the first tool I'm going to show you is called Kahoot. Now first, let's do this test. Let us first do the Kahoot. And then after that, I'm going to show you how do we make one. So are you ready? Type the word ready on the chat if you're ready for this. So first of all, you need to go to this website called kahoot.it. Okay. And I will go to kahoot.com. Now, to today's session, we have added some maritime related questions. Let's see how many of you guys get this right. Okay. So I want all of you guys to currently go to kahoot.it, kahoot.it. Okay. And first of all, we play the game. So you can see we created a separate questionnaire for FDP today, right? And where we have actually put across a couple of questions for you guys. And now we're going to play these questions for you. So it's exactly like a Voxvote only, but this is a bit more fun and a bit more advanced version of Voxvote. And obviously it is more user-friendly as well. Okay, just give me one moment. So it's quite simple to use. Just to give you a perspective on the background, you can see over here when you come to the backend, you will need to basically put up your question. Let's say I put a question saying what are different methods of finding compass error, right? I can also give a time. I can say 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 60 seconds. Then I've write 4 options: by taking action, by amplitude of celestial body, by when vessel at birth, or all of the given above. And I tick mark the right answer. For example, if I have to put the right question in place, click on add a question. Let's take I put true and false. And I'll just write over here, okay, something like is Zoom a LMS, right? True or false? I can give a time over here. I can give it 60 seconds if I want. Right, I will 60 because there are also people on YouTube. There's 30-second lag on YouTube and Zoom, right? So even they can answer it, and I can just make it false. And I press done. So you can keep on adding new questions out here. You can basically put quizzes, true and false, word clouds, puzzles, whatever you want. Click on done. And you can see how does it really work. I'll just show you by playing it to you, by giving you a small demo. Let's say test this Kahoot. It's pretty simple. So now what you need to do is you will need to simply go to this website called kahoot.it. There will be a game pin which will come on your screen. Okay. So this is your view. This is user view. And this is the view of a person who plays the game. So let's take, I'm currently playing the game. So I need to click classic over here. Let me just see what is wrong. Just give me 1 second. I click on play, teach. Classic. Now, you will need to go to kahoot.it. When you go to kahoot.it, okay, they'll ask you for a gateway. Okay, you'll need to have a game pin. The game pin is 554304. All right, 554304. And I want you to put across your name. So after that, you have to put a name. Your name will come over here. I'll give you 1 minute for this one. Okay, so you can see a lot of people joining in the game right now. We got about 400 plus people joining in. Wait for 1 more minute and then we quickly do this test. Okay, you need to be smart enough to answer this question because these questions are not typical ones. They are maritime related questions and some are generic one as well. So I'll just, and the clock is 10:51. I will start the quiz. Let's start the quiz. Click on start. Now there'll be questions coming on the screen. So the questions will come on the screen only. The options will come on your phone. So first is a question on my screen. Emergency steering drill is required to be conducted at an interval not exceeding what? 5 months, 1 month, 4 months, and 3 months. Select the right answer on your phone. Okay, you see the 4 options out here, and select the right color on your phone. When you do that, then only the answer will be recorded over here. So we can see the answer is 3 months. We absolutely got it right. All right, this is 3 months, absolutely right. So you got the drill. It's quite easy. Okay, I'll show you one more time. Next, so we can see now currently Senorita, Chidambaran, Karthik, Ganesh, and Dhiren are the one who are currently on top. All right. Next, what are the different methods of finding compass error? It's all of the given answers: by amplitude of celestial body when vessels are at birth, or by taking up azimuth of celestial body. Wait for a minute for you two friends to answer this. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so the answer is all of the given answers, not just by taking up azimuth celestial body. Most of you got it right. So now let's see who's on top. Prashant, SMV, Amit, Nishad, and SKK. Let's go to the next one. Third question is Zoom and LMS. What do you think? True or false? So the thing is, the faster you are and the right answer you give, the more points you get. That's how this tool actually works. Okay, 20 more seconds left, people. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So yeah, so the answer is false. It's not an LMS, it's a live platform only. Talent LMS was an LMS. You can see SMB, Prashant, Pradeep, Amit, and Karthik Kannan are the top 5 currently. Fourth one, Kahoot is the best way to engage students. What do you feel? True or false? This is an easy one. So we can actually put true and false. We can actually put, polls. We can do everything over here. Okay, it's true. Absolutely right. All right. We can see SMD, Prashant, Fun, Amit, SKK over here. Now this is a word cloud. If you just type something, describe your experience in the session in one word, right? So it's also similar to what we did in Voxboard. You have to just type your answer, and the more answers you type, the word cloud will pop up on my screen after some time, right? And that's the best part about Kahoot. You can do multiple things out here and not just, do a quiz. Okay, this is the word cloud we've got. Let's see what the word clouds are. The same we can also answer it. You can also basically get your question. You can say awesome, true, excellent, informative, good, great, wonderful, nice, yes, amazing, cool, best, all of these things. So same thing when you can do. So let's take when you answer a question, ask them to type, people type it, and the answers come on the screen. It's quite fun, right? Now the last one is a puzzle where you have to just drag and drop and put in a particular order. If you guys remember, what's the process of online college management? What I taught to you yesterday. Teacher training, making a course, asking student to view a lesson or student training. Just drag and drop the right answers and make them in a sequence. So what is the first sequence? What is the first thing you should be doing? Okay. Is it teacher training? Is it making a course? Is it asking student to do student training? Second thing you should be doing. Third thing you should be doing. And fourth thing you should be doing. So drag and drop in the right order so that you get the answer absolutely right. So you can also give them steps in this case and ask them to do the same thing for themselves. So 2, 1, and that's it. The right answer in the sequence was first step is teacher training. Second step is student training. Then making a course. And last case, asking student to view a lesson, right? So the best way to answer these questions is always remember the first one, the last one, the rest two, the middle two are quite easy. Okay, I think most of you got it wrong because you were not able to drag and drop, but then when you have to train people on that one, right? So it's quite easy. And let's see who the winners are. The first winner, the third option is this guy called Fun. I don't know who the Fun is, but then hope you can get your name right. Prashant, second. Let's see who the first one is. SMV. So congratulations to all the winners who are Prashant, SMV, and Fun, and Amit and SKK are the fourth and the fifth runner-up. Right? So see, it's a lot of fun when you play this thing with students, and they will also enjoy it. It's quite exciting for them as well. So Kahoot is a fantastic app, which I would highly recommend you guys to use and you guys to actually go for. So now, how do you make a quiz? Listen, let me just show you a quick demo of that. Okay, making quiz is very simple. So you just need to come to Kahoot. Okay, now Kahoot is absolutely free for teachers, so don't worry about it. When you just select an account, ensure when you make an account over here, select teacher over there. Don't select anything else. You can click on create over here on top. And you can choose what do you want. You want new Kahoot? Click on new Kahoot. We're going to make a new Kahoot right now. So first put your questions in. Let's take I just put a question saying that what are the students in maritime college called? Is it students, cadets, participants, and people? So that is cadets, You can put that. If you want, you can also put a picture, by the way. Let's say you want to show a picture. Let's say you want to show how does this vessel look, how does that vessel look. You can also upload 4 images and people can choose the right image at the right time. Now, similarly, you can add a question. You can add one more question. You can add open-ended. For example, I can just say, what is the top thing you learned today? Right? And then you can type some answers and keep it ready. If your answer matches their answer, they get the right question. For example, we can say Zoom. We can just take, for example, say, Kahoot. We can say something like Voxvote. Right? So only if they answer one of these 3 questions, they get the point. Otherwise, they don't get the point. So we can also do that as well. Then we can also add true and false. We can also add open-ended. We can also add puzzle. So we can put on puzzle and we can just say, what are the steps in using Zoom? So if you give a right answer over here from start, you can say make an ID, make a meeting, invite participants, and conduct session. Right? So Zoom will automatically jumble up the answers and give it to them. Once you're done with this, click on done. And you give a name to the code. I just say FDP test. I click on continue. Now when I do that, okay, I can actually play this code with people. So you can see when I test this Kahoot, I can also test the Kahoot beforehand before I actually go for actually playing the Kahoot. So it will show both the screens, the phone screen and the desktop over here. You can see over here phone screen and desktop screen. This is the phone which you guys log in. This is the desktop which the host logs in. So if you don't, so as a user, you have to click on classic. If you click on classic, what will happen is the game pin will come here automatically. So you can see over the game pin, student has to put the game pin 453887, clicks enter, and then he puts a name. I just put Hitesh and I press enter. You can see I came over here. The moment you enter this game pin, you'll also be inside the game, and you can see the name of the participants out here. Now when that happens, you can see now Arun came in and other people came in, correct? I'm going to start the game because I just want to show you a demo right now. When I click on start, the question will appear on the screen. As you can see, 3, 2, 1. This is the screen that I see and screen that you see as well. What is the student of the Maritime College called? Right? And then on the phone, there'll be options. So there won't be any answers given over here. You see the thing over here, just the option over here. Correct? You press OK. Correct? So to do that, what typically happens is the faster you answer, the more points you get. And then once it's done, once 20 seconds are over, we can actually check the answer over here. We can check who the top 5 are. So you can see cadets is the right answer. The people gave the wrong answer as people and students. You click on next. So SGN was the first one, Saravan, Dawn, Arun, and Suyash. Quite easy, quite simple. So I would recommend that you guys can also make your own Kahoots and you can play with their students as well. Did you guys love this app? Give me a quick love it in the chat box if you love this app. Right? So in case of showing charges to you, you have to basically go ahead and request them to give you a free version and tell them you're a teacher. So to give you some proof, they'll make it free for you. So what we will do is we'll take a quick 2 minutes break. I believe that some people over here want to freshen up. So it's 11:03 right now. I would say strain up your legs for 2 minutes. We take a 2-minute break and we come back. Now it's 11:03 right now. We meet back at 11:05. All right. And we just come back. So take a short break and be back. All right, so we're back. I hope that you've straightened up your legs and everything, right? So don't worry, if you're not able to get Kahoot, I would recommend you watch the recording again and you practice this, because you need to practice this a bit, right? It might be overwhelming for some people, but it's not that difficult also, right? So don't worry about it. Let me show you a second application which is called Socrative, right? Socrative is a very good app. It's more like gamification, right? It's very similar to Kahoot again, but we can also play games over here. That's the advantage. Let me just show you how does it really work. So if you go to this website called Socrative.com, and you can just make a free account over here. Socrative is currently giving you, so you can put a teacher login, and you can just make an account of teacher, right? And then you can start making a game over here for people. Let me show that to you. Let's take, I want to currently play a game with you, which is a quiz. Let us play a quiz first, and then I'll show you, how do we essentially go about doing it. So I'll just first of all make a quiz. Let me first make a quiz over here. Let's just first make one. Let's take on to make a quiz called multiple choice question. So I say, okay, let's make one multiple choice. And we just put a quick question out here. So we'll go to quizzes. You'll make a quiz out here. So first step, go to socrative.com. Second step is make a quiz. So when you go to quizzes, you can simply make a quiz over here. You can say create a free folder. Okay. I think I'm only allowed the free version, I'm only allowed 3. Let's just change the existing quizzes. So this is one of the questions. So first we put a question saying that which is one of the best free LMS tools? Talent LMS, Online School Pro, Talenty LMS, Blackboard, Talent Focus LMS. The right answer is Talent LMS. Second question is, which is the best application for live classes? Zoom, Zoom Info, Zoomly, it's Zoom. And online teaching can be made more fun if teachers train themselves. What do you think? Is true or false? We also put that as well. I can also add one more question. Let's take up, I add just one more question over here saying, which is the best live voting application? Let's take a put VoxVote, VoxWhite, VoxVote, or Voxy voting. The second one, you press OK. Now, once you made all the questions, you can just put tick mark and you can ensure that your questions are done. All right. You can save and exit. Now, once you do that, now let's play a quiz with people. So currently, I can play a simple quiz. I can click on quiz out here. I can choose which quiz I want to play. I click on next. And then if I want, I can basically make it instant feedback where people actually get instant feedback after this thing. So first, people have to log in. They have to put a name. I can also shuffle the questions. That means everybody will get different question. Nobody will get the same question in the classroom. That means nobody can copy it from each other. I can also shuffle answers. That means whenever people actually start answering questions, they can also shuffle their answers as well. So even their answer won't be same. Suppose one student says the third is the right option, fourth is the right option, that can't happen, right? I click on, and I say show on final score. I click on start. Now when I start this quiz, okay, what you need to do is you need to go to socrative.com. So everybody needs to just go to this website called socrative.com, and this is the game pin. The game pin is JBSEBWW. So you need to go to socrative.com and you need to put this game pin as JBSEBW. And you'll just say login, student login. When you go to student login, you'll ask you the room name. The room name is what I just told you right now. JBSEBWW. So I just put over here JBSEBWW. Then click on join. It will ask you for my name. So my name is Hitesh. Click on done. And then I'll enter the room. And you can see over here the question keeps on coming automatically. After you give the right answer, and the moment you start giving the right answers, your question, basically we can actually see, what answer you're giving, which is right, which one is wrong. For example, we can see currently there is Aditi, Ajay, Akhil, Anand, Ashish, Basu, Biju, and we can see what answers you're giving. So one in the green is right, one in the red is wrong. For example, we can see Ganesh get the first answer wrong, but he got the other right. He completed 100% of the quiz. So then we can actually check which one of you is doing the quiz right now, how you're doing it and who's done the fastest so that we can get the report card. The best part is we can also get the report card for all of you. It's pretty quick. I see everybody is giving answers. I can see a lot of people out here. Quite amazing. Sandeep, Santil, Saptarshi, Sasikala, Saurabh. Okay, I'll just put it on top so we can see the game pin. So this is JBS GWW is a room pin for you guys. Okay. And when I click on finish, the quiz will get over for everybody. Currently, we can see 170 participants are giving this quiz right now. We'll wait for 2 minutes and then we stop it. Quite easy, people. Yep, it's actually pretty simple. All right, you need to go to socrative.com, put the pin JBSEWW, put your name, and it's quite easy, right? And yeah, so it's very simple. Anybody can use it. And the best part is the name comes in the order of your names, like it's your initials. Very similar to Kahoot. The only difference over here is we can get results, we can shuffle questions, shuffle answers, and all of them get the questions differently, the answers are different. So you can actually do that as well, right? So I'll just, for the paucity of time, I'll just pause it over here. You can give the test in your own time. I'll finish the test right now, all right? And I can click on report. When I click on report, okay, I can do a teacher login. So I can just log into my account over here. No, this is the final assessment. That's yet to come. Don't worry about it. I think I've forgotten my password. All right. So once I put a password in, I can actually figure out what are the results, what are the report cards. I can see, the report card for this particular quiz, who gave it first, who gave it second, who got the right answers. They show names. I can say show the answers. Right. So you can see Ajay, AAA, Afreen, Aarti, Arohi, Aarti Gupta, Abbas. You can check all of your listing and you can do that. Right. It's pretty simple. I'll just quickly give you a quick summary of this one more time. First thing is go to quizzes. Click on add a quiz and you make a quiz of yourself. For example, like we made a quiz on what is the best LMS tool. So just make a quiz first of all. Once you complete the quiz, the room number will come over here automatically. Go to launch, you launch the quiz. So like I can just say quiz, I can say launch one, and I can just simply put the question. And I can say next. Now the independent application not ready to Zoom at all, right? And then you can say I want instant feedback, shuffle questions, shuffle answers, show final score to people, and I say start. I'm going to start this activity, and I go to results. It will be blank screen out here. If people actually start putting their names will start coming over here automatically, and they start getting the questions also automatically. They'll get instant questions and instant feedback. The one who answers the question the fastest and the right gets the answer right immediately. Correct? So it's as simple as that. No rocket science, pretty easy, pretty helpful. All right. This is how you can actually do the game on your own. So I leave the game open for all of you, and you can do the games on your own. This is absolutely free app. There's no charges for this. Whatever apps I'm showing you, I'm only showing you free apps currently. I'm not showing you any of the paid applications right now. Because that's the entire objective is FDP, correct? To give you free softwares and free applications so that you guys can, education shouldn't stop for anybody. All right. Now the last tool for today is a tool called class marker. Now, if you have to give a question answer to people, now see, checking question answer will become very, very difficult for you. If you want to give a proper question answer format to people, it's classmarker.com. You can actually use class marker. How do we use it? I'll just show you very easy. You go to a website called class marker .com. You make an account over here. So I already have my account over here. I'm sure we'll log into my account. This is a freemium. It's half free and half paid. It's not completely free, unfortunately. All right. Now this is the first step is to make a test. This is an actual test tool from where you can actually give tests to people. How do you do that? You can test over here. And you can actually put some, it's how you give a proper examination, written examination. This is for written examination. So I can actually have some test which is subjective based. I can have some compulsory questions. I can have some optional questions. And the question paper will also get jumbled automatically. And the best part, the grades will also come automatically. Right? Let me show you how does it really work. Click on new test. You give a test name. So I just say FDP T.S.Rahaman. We can start adding questions. And over here, now there are similar fixed questions and random questions. I can add some fixed questions. Fixed questions are the question will come to every student. Random questions are the software will pick up questions on its own and share to students. Right? Let's take if you want to make it compulsory questions for everything, you can make it fixed question only. If you want to give options to people, you can use random questions as well. Now let's first make some fixed questions. So you can add new questions out here. Now I can add questions which are multiple choice, true and false, matching, free text, or grammar based question or essay based question. Let's take first. Let us put a multiple choice based question. I will say which is the best or how many times should cadets go for a mock drill? And over here, we usually put say 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Let's take the right answer. Just the right answer over here. And you just click on next. So again, I'll basically go for the new question. Suppose I want to give feedback. I want to give feedback to this question as well. I can also make this category as generic or you know, like I can also make my own category over here. I can also give points to them, 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks. This is 2 marks over here. Do I want to randomize the answers? Yes, I want to randomize the answers. Okay. Do I want to have a radio button? They can only select one answer, or they can also select multiple answers. I can do that as well. And click on save. This is my first question. Let's take, I want to give them master columns. I can also give them master columns as well. So I can just say something like master following part over here. And I'll just, let's for example, I'll say best live class app. The answer is Zoom. Engagement app. The answer is Kahoot. I'll say gamify the classroom. The answer is stock written. I click over here, I come down and click on, give them points. Let's say I give them 4 points for this particular question. I see them. Shuffle both views and matches. Okay, grading should be off or grading should be partial without deduction. Click on save, right? And I can save this as well. Now, I can also have free text. What is free text? Where you can actually put a subjective type question. So I can say, tell us how will you navigate when you're lost at sea, lost in the middle of the sea without a compass. Correct? So let's take, I can put some keywords out here. I can say North Star. They should see the North Star over here. They should basically, this is a mandatory thing which should be there in their thing. Okay, they can use wind flow. They can basically use a needle and water to make their own compass. Correct? So yeah, so you can basically put some this in. These parts should be a part of their answer paper. If they're part of the answer paper, they will automatically be graded 4 points. If they're not a part of the answer paper, they won't be graded in the 4. So this is like a artificial, it's like a machine learning thing where you put the options over here and students have to write the options in the same fashion while they put a subjective answer in place and they can save. So when they start giving the test, the answers will come over here automatically. This is how you make a question first of all. Quite easy, quite simple. Are we clear with this on how to put a question in place? Give me a quick yes on chat box. I'm very clear with this. Give me question number 1, 2, 3. Right? Okay. All right. So now once it's done, I can also add some random questions over here if I want. And then I can click on assign the test. Suppose I'm giving a test to my students. The second step is I need to, add the students over here. Now in the free version, okay, what do you need? You need to first add the students first. In the paid version, you can actually give a link to people. When they click on the link, they can give the test automatically. Correct? So I can assign to the group, and I can actually make my student list over here. I can say FDP test student list, and I click on next. And then once I do that, they will automatically get an email. So I can say availability when the test is available. Okay, it's currently available for us. How many attempts allowed if they fail? 1 attempt, 2 attempts, you can do that. Any instructions you want to give, you can actually put the instructions out here. You can say we're allowed to save and finish at a later date. We're allowed to go back to the same answers. They said time of 20 minutes. The pass is 70%. Right? How much time you want to give a test for? You want to give a test for 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 20 minutes, your choice. Can they resume it later? No. Test questions, they can only see one question same page, or they can see all 3 questions same page. You can select that also. Okay. Answers are mandatory. And once they complete the test, an automatic email will come to you saying you complete the test, and you can actually go ahead and check the test. Now, can they copy paste it? So they don't allow copy pasting, they don't allow printing out, they don't allow highlighting or copy pasting. So in case you want to allow that, you can allow that. But if you want, you cannot allow that. Suppose you want to get an email, you can say, I want to get an email. Suppose you don't want to get an email, you don't get an email. Correct? Do you want to give a certificate? Yes, you can give a certificate in the paid version only. All right. And you want to give them pass marks, you can say pass is 50%. So then they will know whether they're passed, they've failed. And this is all automated. There's nothing which is there, which is not automated over here. So class marker is one of the best tools for giving your test out over there. And once you're done with this, you come down, click on assign. Once you assign this, then assign, the students will give a notification over there automatically, and they can start giving the test for you. Right? Now, just in case you know, how do you add students at the back end in the free version? Click on groups. Now, the free version, you can only have 50 students for free. Above 50 will become paid. Okay. So you can actually click on the new group out here. Let's see, this is my group called FDP test. Okay. And I can actually click go to settings. And over here is where I can actually, get my students. Right? I can also go to my accounts. Sorry, I can also go to dashboard over here. And I can also basically add a student out here. So you can see over here, backup email is required. Sorry. Okay. 1 second, wait. So create a test. You can give a test by a link, and you can simply also add a student over here. Now, can extra marks be given manually in the class marker? Yes. If you want to do that, once the test is over, an email comes to you, and over there, then you can give an extra marks over there to them as well. Suppose if you don't want to give a mark as per the keywords, then the class marker also has an option where you can just simply tell them that, hey, the marks for this question will be given later, and then the marks will actually be given at a later date for that. And then, but you have to manually go and check every paper manually to give the marks to them in that case. So you can do that. So that you have to basically, registration code have to be in the paid version. So half the options are available in the paid version. In the free version, it's limited to whatever I just showed you right now, unfortunately. Yeah, I can click on new group out here. I can make a new group of students if I want to do that. I can click on, say, for example, it can be T.S.Rahaman, create a group. And then over here, you can add a member. And I have to add every student manually in this case. So it's a very tiresome process to add people manually every single time. Okay, then I say register now or self-registration. I say register now. Okay, so you can see I have got the capacity is only 1,000 people per group. I have to give a name of the students out here. So I can just simply put new members. It's Hitesh, the first name, last name, and email ID. So when you put this, an automatic email will go to the student saying that they have been added to the test. You can say Roshni, Tarani, and email ID. So I put Roshni, Tarani, Tarani, Roshni at gmail.com. So if you keep on adding people like this over here, you see the limit is first name, last name, and email. If you want, you can also give a password to them. They have to put the password to come to the test. Okay. And the administrator is me. And new members, suppose you want to say yes, send login to new members. An automatic email will go to them. It's an email will go to them. Hi John, your name is XYZ, your password is XYZ. Go to classmarker.com and give your test. And I can say send date. I can send it right now. I can send it later date. It's my choice completely. Once I'm done, I can just I can just put my password over here. And when I just simply say register new users, the new user will get an email automatically where they will actually get to see their ID passwords. You can see this is the name, username, password is generated automatically for them. I can also save this data to me. So in the future, if anybody asks me, I can give the password to them. So everything is done automatically. All right, it's quite easy. It's quite simple. Okay, so yes, it is a bit tiresome. I understand that, but everything is not that easy ultimately. But yes, it's not that difficult also. It requires a bit of learning curve. If you learn things, it will happen on its own. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you like this class marker test. Okay, for you giving your test for absolutely free. Okay. If you didn't understand this, my recommendation is watch the recording. Okay, and you can basically get the recording. The recording is available on Maha Mariners Association YouTube channel, and you can just see the recording out there. Okay. Now I'll call upon Captain Ashutosh for the final remark, and then we'll go for the test. So Captain Ashutosh, over to you.
Thank you, Hitesh. And since we have finished the program, but the learning is not finished, we will have more and more sessions for the maritime fraternity, obviously. And I want to thank all the maritime training institutes for actively participating in this program. I want to thank all the faculties, principals, DG Shipping, Deputy Director General of Training, Shri Ashish Wankhede, everyone who have participated. And actually, I wanted to hear some remarks from the principals. But if we start that session, will require another 2 hours. But you can post your comments. You can give your appreciation. You have some comments to improve. Please give it on mahamariners.com website or on Training Ship Rahman, or you can WhatsApp the messages. And creative criticism is also welcome so that we can improve the program. But we do need your feedback. And of course, in the exam, you will have a feedback section also. From there also, we will catch important feedbacks, analyze it, and try to improve the program. I just request Shri Ashish Wankhede to speak about this program. He is being patiently sitting and throughout for last 4 hours, yesterday 2 hours, and today for this program. So I really want an insight from him. So Hitesh, can you just unmute, sir?
Sure, I'll just do that. Just give me 1 second. Yes, sir, you're muted. And you can also just start the video. Yep.
Thank you so much, Hitesh. Thanks a lot, Ashutosh. For me personally, it had been very, very helpful. And I learned a lot of new things today, and I feel very energetic and would like to be a trainer myself. So I hope all those involved in any kind of training, they must have picked up a lot of things on how to engage the boys and girls and how to conduct the exams. I think it was overall very, very helpful. But my sincere request will be like, we should have more of, at least some part should have been for the administration side, like how to manage attendance and all those factors. As far as the class content is there, that is very good, excellent, no doubt on that. from administrative purpose, I think it would be more useful for the Maritime Training Institute.
Right.
But over and above, thank you so much. Really enjoyed a lot. Thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sir, I would just like to comment on this. The last part which you said for maritime administration, and the next session, again, we are one developing for cadets. And there is another set of program coming up where all the training institutes can have a common platform. We'll be telling them 2 to 3 different platforms where they can manage all. And of course, your DGS Circular 19 of 2020 requires a lot of work, which we are doing. So whatever groundwork we do, we will share it free of cost with everyone, and we'll get the best platform for them online again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Over to you, Hitesh.
Sure. So now, guys, time has come for the test for today. All right. After the test, my request is to stay back because I'm going to show you an instruction on how to download your certificates. So people who have given the test yesterday and today, and if you are there in both the tests, I'm going to show you a method on how can you download your certificates today itself. All right. But first, I'll give you 5 minutes to do the test. So just bear with us for next 10 minutes. I know we overboard the time, but just bear with us for 10 more minutes and we will tell you about certificates today itself. So first things first, okay, is let's basically get your tests done. So you will need to go to this link out here, which you see in front of your screen right now, okay, which is called FDP test day 2. All right, so people on YouTube, you just need to use this link only for yourselves and you can just give a test. The test is already in the description box, by the way. It's in the description box of YouTube also. So everybody just go to this link. I'll just switch off the chat for some time so that it's easy for me to paste the links out here. Just click on this link right now. And when you click on the link, you basically, your test will open up. So when you I'll just show you a demo of this as well. When I click on this link, okay, the test over here will actually open up like this. And then you can just give your class test over here. Once you give your class test over here itself, okay, we will have your records at the back end. And then after that, I'm going to show you how can you get your certificates straight away after this test. But first things first, give the test. You can put your email, name, phone number, give your test out here. What is the, what is your preferred mode of training? What is it? And there's also a feedback column at the end. Okay, give your feedback also to us because we really value all the feedbacks you're giving to us and we take our feedbacks very critically and very seriously at Nordstorm. Okay, so please give feedback. I'll just put the test link over here for all of you so that people on YouTube can actually use this link to get their test as well. So we will wait for approximately 5 minutes. By then complete your tests, and after that, I'm going to show you, how can we, how can you get the certificates. So people on YouTube currently, okay, you can just see over here, and your test link is given over here. Okay, it's in the description box. So when you just see, if you're seeing the video on YouTube, just scroll down and you'll find the test link over here in the description box itself.
Hitesh, while everyone is giving test, I would like to discuss with you that this is the power of technology, that the test is given, the results are within few minutes, and the papers are corrected and certificates are printed. What better platform we can have now? Otherwise, we
Correct.
used to take long time in setting up the questions. Of course, that takes some time, but correction, then making the mark sheet, and then thereafter the certificates. So the technology at its best right now. So we are proving it live to people.
Yes, completely agree. Okay, wait for just 2 more minutes. By 11:40, the test will be still open for all of you if you want. But we wait for 2 more minutes, and then we will go ahead and actually download the certificates. So we already see about 622 people have given the test so far.
I would like to inform all participants that we do want to take questions from you, but as you see, there's a large number of participants. So what will happen is this session of question and answer will keep on going. So we request you to write to us on WhatsApp, on our email IDs, on T.S.Rahaman, on mahamarinas.com if you have questions, and we will reply back to you. Thank you for your cooperation and understanding.
All right, so we'll just stop the test over here. Now I'll just tell you how to download certificates. So for certificates, what you need to simply do is refer to the instructions very carefully, right? Because these instructions won't be repeated again and again. So please listen to the instructions extremely carefully. First things first, if you go to YouTube, the same link has also been put in the description box out there. You can also go to the description box and check the link of certificates out there. Now, I'm going to just put this link for all of you on the chat so that you guys can actually use this link to download certificates. Now, it's very simple to download certificates. It's no rocket science. Just see what I'm doing. And just in case if your name is not here, it simply means that you did not give the test on day number 1. Because whatever names that we had got till the night 10 o'clock, those names certificates have been printed and issued. As I told you yesterday, the certificates will be only given to those people who give both the test, day number 1 and day number 2. So if your name is there yesterday, if your name is there today, the certificates will be there in the Excel sheet. All right. So first things first, you need to just copy this link out here, bit.ly/certify FDP. You need to just go to your browser, put this link out there, and there'll be 2 files given to you. One file is Excel sheet, second file is certificates. Open the Excel sheet. When you open the Excel sheet, okay, you'll find your name out there somewhere. For example, let's take a Majid Kumar. My page number is 10. Now, what you simply need to do is come to this thing over here, click on download button and certificates. So what will happen is your certificates will get downloaded, all right, on your browser. Now, once they're downloaded in your browser, open the certificates. It will open up in your Chrome browser or in your native application. Simply open it. You have to go to the page number 10. Let's take I go to the page number 10. Okay, which is over here. Ajit Kumar. Now, once I go to page number 10, right click on this and click on print, or just press Control P. And then you simply have to select the page number. So let's see, rather than putting this, put on custom and press on 10 and press OK. Once you click on save, the certificate of yours will only be saved alone in your desktop. So you can just click on save, you can just put your name, Ajit Kumar, then you click on save. Once you've saved it, once you come to your desktop, click on your certificate and that's it. If you've got a PDF certificate ready in a minute, right? That's all you need to do. You need to simply do this one step. So simply go to the Excel sheet first, note down your page number. Once you got a page number, open the PDF, press the print option and the certificate. Voila, right? So I'll just give you one more time for all of you. Open the Excel sheet first. Okay, let's take for example that currently my number is 16, right? I will actually have to just download the Excel sheet. So just go to this thing, download this file, or open this file over here. Okay, go to page number 16. That's best thing, download it, because then it will be easier for you to search your certificates in a very easy fashion. Once you downloaded it, click on certificates, just click on print. Blindly just click on print. When you print this, simply put your page number. You can say custom, your page number was 16 and press OK. Do that, you get a page number, you say your name, click on save, and certificate is there. Okay, as you can see currently, we got certificate of Captain Vaibhav Rupade, right? So the names have been given as per whatever you put yesterday. If you remember yesterday, put over there, put your name as per what you want in the certificate. Now, just in case you change your name, I'm sorry, it won't be possible for us because we got over 1,500 participants. I apologize for this one, but we would not be able to change your names, right? So your certificates are given in PDF format. Just go to this link, download the files, and certificate will be ready, right? Pretty simple. Yeah. So the certificate link is open for all of you. You can do this. We'll also send this link via email to all of you. We'll send this link via Telegram group as well. So you get this link over there also. And certificates will be there. Don't worry about it. It will be there for the next 48 hours. So please download the certificates and keep it with you. Okay. Now, basically, if you want to stay in touch with us, you can also follow us on our YouTube channel, Nostrum Academy. You can also join our Facebook group called Digital Ready Professors. We've got a Facebook group of professors as well. Join that group so you can come to know about our future workshops also, which we'll keep on conducting. All right. And this is a test link and this is a question answer link. Just in case any questions, you can also ask me the questions on the chat, on the question answer link given over here. Go to bit.ly/NS Academy question, we can do that as well. So we'll just wait for 5 minutes to do question answers, and then we will shut the session off for today. But did you guys have a lot of fun? Was it worth your time when you spent with us for almost 2 hours? And we try to give maximum value as much as we could in these 2 days of session for all of you, right? Because the idea over here was that we need to get things up and running for all of you and empower all of you. I would like to once again thank Dr. Ashutosh, the DDG shipping team, the T.S.Rahaman team, and all the participants who came over here, who were there with us for 2 hours, attended the session. I'd like to thank all of you for coming over here, spending some time with us. And it's really my honor to, serve all of you at the same time. So that is one of the biggest, wins for us by having seen all of you over here at the same time. Okay, so if you want, you can ask the questions over here. I also put the Facebook group link, the YouTube link. You can actually do that as well. Let me just take some questions now. I'm going to open up sheet for question answers right now, and then I'll take your questions one by one. And I'll club the common questions together, right, so that we don't waste time. We keep on addressing new queries and new questions over here in this case. All right, so let me just put it over here. Saptarshi, my request is to just message us at info@nsacademy.co and we'll see what we can do about it. All right. So we've got a question saying, how to use Google Smartboard? Unfortunately, we're not teaching Google out here, but there's plenty of videos you can see in Google Classroom which you can use. It's also very similar to what I just showed you in Zoom. There's no rocket science over there. And it's quite similar to other softwares. So you get a hang of it. Don't worry about it. So it's very possible to conduct workshops online right now. All right. Put your questions on that question box out there, NS Academy questions, and we'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions if you want. So we're on YouTube. Remember, your certificate link is there in the description box. Download them whenever you get time, and you get certificates straight away. So don't worry about that. So I don't see any more questions coming in then. Okay, so then I guess that's about it. I guess today you're very crystal clear about things. All right. So let me just open a chat box for all of you. So I hope you enjoyed today. I hope you had a lot of fun, and I hope that it was, it was worth your time to be over here. So once again, thank you so much for coming over here, for being over here, and for spending time with us. All right, and I wish you all the very best. And I hope that all of you go online, teach online, empower the world, and do the best what we can at this time. Stay safe, stay at home. Thank you.
Hitesh, Hitesh, just one request. If you can tell again how to download certificate, because I'm getting a lot of queries.
Okay. So I'll do it one more time. It's very simple, people. I'll just show you a demo one more time for this one. Okay. So see, you just need to, first of all, go to the certificate link. The link of the certificate is bit.ly/certifyfdp. Once you go over here, Okay, just copy this link. The link is already there in the chat box also. Okay, go to that link, and once you open that link, let's take you open that link over here. You'll find two files over there. There's the one file of the Excel sheet. As you can see over here, Excel sheet is there, and there is a certificate file. Now this files will open up without logging. So you can see currently I'm not logging to my Gmail. They're still opening up out here. Open up this link first of all. Check where is your name. If you're not able to open the link, press just download the Excel file also, and check where's your name. For example, your name is, let's take, is over here, Syed Akhil Ahmed, 151. That's my name. You can just click on Control F, and you can put my name is Akhil, and press enter. So you can see 151. So you can just do Control F and search your name. So first thing is search your name over there. Just to Control F, put your name, Akhil Ahmed 151. Then you again go to the same link, go to the certificates, click on download button. The download certificates, it will come on your desktop. You can also directly search your name and certificates also, by the way. You can just put your name over here also. It will still come. Okay. You can see the page number corresponding to it. And the page number is currently 151. So you can just put this name, and once you're done with this, click on Control P, print it. So you can just click on, just right click again, you can just click on print as well. So print the certificate, print it, and if you give a page number to this, the page number for this one is what? 151. Click on save, and once you click on save, it will come on a desktop. Okay, just give a name, Akhil, and press enter. Once you do that, when you come down over here, you can find a name over here saying Akhil over here, right? Simply put this, right? Now, just in case, suppose someone saying don't get downloaded, use Chrome browser. If you still find an issue, so when you click over here, you can see download button out here, click on download button out here. You know, I'm not logged in, same like you, but I can still download certificate. Otherwise, best thing is take a screenshot. You can see over here, I'm taking a screenshot of my certificates, Control C and Control V. You can do that as well. There are multiple options you can use this. Take a screenshot, print it. Printing is better because then you get a high-res copy of certificate. All right. Just do this and your life will be very, very easy. So if you're not able to follow this, again, look at my recording. The recording will be available to you on Maha Association YouTube channel. Watch the recording the way I do it. The best thing to do is download both the files. When you press enter, you just put the link together, download both the files and keep. There's no problem at all. Copy this, download both the files and keep with you. Press enter. Right? And then, once you download the file, search for your name, search for certificates, you'll definitely find it. You can also search with just putting Control F, as I told you. So no need to go to an Excel sheet if you want to do that. If you're a bit tech savvy, just find it. Suppose I'm going to give my name as, let's take Parul. I'm not sure if the name is there or not, but let's take Vinod, very common name. So you can see there are 8 names: Vinod Kumar Rathore, Mangwani, Tivaskar, Vinod Kumar NJ. Now this is my name. This is my certificate. I found my certificate over here, right? So now I can just simply see my page number is what? 783. I click on print, and I can just say custom 783 page number. So 783, not 76, my bad. I put the wrong number. 783, right? And you can also see a name over here. This is Sangeet Taburao. I think I put the wrong number, my bad. But this is 73. Okay, that's my number. So I just come over here, go to custom, I put 783. Vinod Kumar NJ, click on save and save it in desktop. As simple as that. Take a print and you can just save it in your desktop. You can save as PDF. So when you see print, the option will come over here. Save as PDF. If it doesn't come, click on save as PDF. The option will be there 100%. You can save it. All right. I hope it's very simple to you. It's very easy. So no need to fret on this one. Okay, over to you, Dr. Ashutosh.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much for that stepwise, procedure for the certificate. And again, Hitesh, thank you once again. And the team also, please convey our thanks to Roshni also and all the team working behind the scene. Of course, we did this in a very short span of time, and I know I was pressurizing them right at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock morning. We were getting up and doing things. So great teamwork, and we'll continue to do this good work. Thank you very much. And bye-bye from our side. I also thank all the participants who have joined, and please do give your comments. Thanks. Good day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.